again, it's Donna, your homegrown gourmet, part of the Gourmet or Good Enough team with my sister Diane. Today, I want to share with you my Thanksgiving game changer. That's right, it is my make-ahead turkey gravy. Why do I say game changer? My biggest frustration on Thanksgiving Day is trying to get that gravy done just at the time when there's a lot of commotion going on. Dinner's ready, we're almost ready to sit down. I'm busy at the stove trying to get the right gravy consistency. In the meantime, hey, all the uncles and nephews are sitting on the couch watching football games. Get over there, it's time to eat. Where are the little kids? They're supposed to be at the kids' table. Rolls out of the oven, they're burning. And here's me trying to get the perfect gravy. I don't have time for that. Well, I have this perfect turkey gravy that I can make 1, 2, 3 months ahead of time, put it in my freezer. I know I always have enough gravy, it's always delicious, and I want to share that recipe with you now. So let's get started. I have my oven preheating at 400 degrees. I'm taking a roasting pan. This is a little large for today, but it's the only size I have. I have some carrots, celery, and onion. And I'm just cutting this up. These are already cleaned and scrubbed. I'm leaving the skin on. There's no need to take it off. So I'm going to put that in the bottom of the roasting pan. The celery goes in along with the onions. And we're just rough chop. These things act like a bed for the turkey. So that goes in. And I'm just going to slice my onion in half, give it a really, really rough chop. Onion goes in. I'm going to mix a little bit of vegetable oil, maybe a couple tablespoons. I'm just going to use my hands, mix it all together, break up the onion a little bit, okay? What we're doing is we're trying to create a bed for our turkey wings to sit on. And these are just 2 really nice sized turkey wings. And that's the great part about making this, because right around the holidays, you can always find fresh turkey and turkey wings. Okay? They're not very expensive. There's a lot of fat in there. So when we roast them, that fat is going to render, and it's going to give us a lot of flavor for our gravy. So this is going to go in the oven, 400, for about 40-45 minutes until everything is nice and caramelized. So I've taken the turkey and the vegetables out of the oven. And now what I'm going to do is take the turkey, put them in my stock pot. I'm going to scoop up all the vegetables. They go in the stock pot as well. So let's get that in there. I'm going to take the roasting pan over to the oven and we're going to deglaze it. I have the roasting pan on my stove top and I turn the heat on. All I'm going to do is add a little bit of water. Bring that up to a quick boil, and then we're going to scrape all those good bits off. Try to get every last bit. There's 2 reasons why we do this. First of all, there's tons of flavor in those bits and pieces. And also, this really helps to clean my pan, so cleanup is going to be a breeze. Okay, that is sufficient. I'm going to move this off the heat and bring over my stock pot. Heat up on that, and I'm going to put in my juices from the roasting pan. That goes in. Look how nice and clean that pan is. And then I'm going to cover this with enough water. We're going to bring it up to a boil. I have about 9 cups of water in here. So that's going to go up very high. We're going to try to bring it up to a boil. Oops, I almost forgot. I like to put in a couple smashed cloves of garlic and some fresh thyme there. These are purely optional. So once our stock has come to a full boil like this, I immediately want to reduce the heat. We're going to let this simmer gently until the meat falls away from the bone. Our turkey stock is done. It has cooked for about 4 hours. I allowed it to cool for about a half an hour, and now we're going to go ahead and strain it. We're going to go ahead and discard all the solids. We don't need those. So now I'm going to take my stock, put it in the refrigerator and allow it to cool. That way the fat will solidify and I can use that in order to make my roux for the gravy. To make our turkey gravy, we need to make a roux. And I am going to use some of the turkey fat. I'm adding, 4 tablespoons of turkey fat. 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to heat that up. To make a roux, you want to use equal parts flour and fat. I have 4 cups of turkey stock, so for each cup, 1.5 tablespoons flour, 1.5 tablespoons fat. So we're going to heat that up. To this, I'm going to add 6 tablespoons of flour. We want to cook the flour and the butter and fat together for about 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, it's been a couple minutes. It has sufficiently cooked out the flour taste. I'm going to add a little bit of my turkey stock, maybe about a cup. Mix this in really well, and then slowly add more. The good thing about making this ahead of time is because it's a flour-based gravy, it freezes really well. So this will keep 2 to 3 months in a freezer. You can keep it in your refrigerator maybe 2 days before Thanksgiving. That's 4 cups of turkey broth. I'm going to whisk this vigorously, and then once it reaches that boiling point, that's about as thick as it's going to get. Now, if it's too thick, I can add more stock. If it's too thin, well, I can add a little bit more flour, but I would mix the flour with maybe 1 tablespoon at a time with a couple tablespoons of cold water, and mix it really well before I add it back to the hot stock. I like to switch from whisk to spoon because I like to get in those corners. Okay, now I have this on a medium-low heat, and we're just gonna gently stir until it comes up to a boil. My son and daughter-in-law are hosting Thanksgiving this year, and this will be a very nice surprise for them. They won't have to be frustrated Thanksgiving, worrying about making the gravy, because it'll already be done. Okay, so we have reached the boiling point, and look at the texture of this gravy. This is the most beautiful. It's velvety, it's smooth. Look at that. Oh, wow. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to shut it off. All that's left to do is add my seasonings, and I'm going to cool it and put it in containers, freeze it, and take it to my sons for Thanksgiving. Perfect.